Hi, my name is HIii. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I like to make videos sharing some of my favorite things like perfumes, beauty. I like to document my life, so here and there I'll make a few vlogs. And most importantly, I made this channel because I want to connect with people and I also want to inspire others. Which brings us to my new series that I'm starting. So I'm starting a series called the Sunshine Cup series. I'm going to explain why I called it the Sunshine Cup and what this whole series is going to be about. So, grab a cup of coffee, a matcha, an iced tea, a Diet Coke, your drink of choice, and sit down with me because we're going to have a little chit chat. Okay, so I just made my coffee. Also, I just got braces like 4 days ago, so please bear with me. I'm not used to speaking with braces, and it's just very different. And it just kind of really hurts my lips. So yeah, that's what's new, but it's okay because in the end, in like 6 to 12 months, I'm going to have like a perfect smile, and I'm so excited for that. I'm going to explain a little bit about the Sunshine Cup series. So last year, I went on multiple coffee dates and matcha dates with many of my friends, and every single time I would leave, it was just a really good, genuine conversation. I would leave so fulfilled. I would leave so inspired. When you're in your 20s, friendships can be a little difficult to maintain, especially because we all get so busy. Just being able to meet up with them for coffee, just having vulnerable, real conversations has been my favorite thing. Decided to start the Sunshine Cup series, which I do have a little yellow cup, very on brand, because my favorite color is yellow and it's just such a fun color. I want us to share a cup of coffee where we talk about life, my experience. I'll give you guys advice, how to better your life, mindset, how to look at the more positive side, and just have very vulnerable and honest conversations, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be more honest and be more open just so that if anybody sees this, you're not alone. Sometimes if you think that your situation might be very specific, there's somebody else out there in the world that's probably also going through what you're going through. You're not alone. You're able to overcome things and just look at the more positive side of a situation. So this is what I want to do with the Sunshine Cup series. Just basically like your bestie, and we're just having a good cup of coffee together. So with that being said, let's get started with the first episode of the Sunshine Cup series. Today we're going to talk about learning to trust yourself. Recently discovered is that I have a very hard time trusting myself. I've always struggled to trust myself. I've always let myself down. And it really just sucks because I can see how not trusting myself has affected me in so many different areas of my life, which has got me to be here, not here, but where I am currently in life. And I'm not fully happy with where I am, which kind of sucks because I know I have so much potential. However, I haven't got myself to reach my full potential. A few months ago, I had a little bit of an epiphany moment. I took management classes last semester, which we were learning about different types of supervisors, different types of employees, and different types of personalities in a workplace. So I came across something that really caught my attention, and that was external locus of control and internal locus of control. Now, if you don't know what that means, we're going to read it together. Come on. Up top here. So people that have external locus of control blame external forces for their own circumstances. Internal locus of control, these people believe they're in control and take responsibility for their own things. Now, can we tell which one I? Yeah, my whole life, I've been external locus of control. And I never really realized that. So reading internal and external locus of control and really looking into it made me realize that my whole life, I feel like I've had such a victim mindset. Now that I've become so self-aware, I feel like it's really kind of helped me learn how to navigate different areas of my life and how to really stop playing the victim card. So a little bit about me. I'm still in college. I'm finishing up my undergrad. I took a few semesters off back during COVID. But prior to that, I ended up taking some time off because I went through a really bad medical situation, very bad depression that caused me to have really bad grades and overall affected my studies. So after that, I had a really terrible GPA, which made me scared to go back to school after I was completely fine. Either way, I was able to do it. I went back to school. My GPA was kind of tarnished at the time. I remember constantly saying,
if it wasn't for me going through this medical situation, I would have never been here in the first place.
I just kept looking back and blaming at that situation. Mind you, it was already 2021. That situation had passed. There's nothing I could do about it. I kept blaming that situation and I kept letting it define me. That happened back in like 2018, 2019. I was so mad at the fact that I had to work harder to raise my GPA. And I just remember constantly thinking, oh my God, if this hadn't happened a few years ago, I wouldn't have to work this hard in order to raise my GPA. And it was just such a victim mindset that I just insisted it was that situation's fault on why I was here in the first place. When in reality, yes, the situation did happen. I was able to move forward from it. It'd been years from that now, but there was nothing else that I could do. All I could do was just literally move forward and not even think about it anymore. But it just makes me think how I've been like that with everything. Another example where I had a victim mindset that I clearly remember my relationships, my friendships back in the past. If somebody told me something rude or something upsetting, I would always blame them. I'm like, oh, well, you did this. You can't talk to me like that. Like, you made me feel this way. It's like, whoa, sis. Nobody can make you feel anything if you don't want to feel anything. You're just insecure. You need to fix something within yourself to not feel that way, to stop pointing the fingers. I'm tired of my shit. I'm tired of living life this way. I'm tired of not accomplishing any of my goals, but realizing that the only reason why I'm not accomplishing them is because of me. Nobody else's fault. It's my fault. I had a little bit of a mindset shift. I did some really like deep self-reflection. One thing that I realized, and one tip that I will say has helped me now, is to stop giving myself titles and identifying with those titles. Let me explain. A few years ago, I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Back in 2018, when I was going through depression, I wanted to share my journey, and I just wanted other people to also know that they're not alone. At the time, I was going through very severe acne. I was also obsessed with watching every single Accutane journey video that was on YouTube. I just loved that these other people were sharing their journey, and it just made me feel so comfortable and so safe, and knowing that my situation was going to get better. I remember thinking, like, you can't do YouTube, Bailey. You're too shy to be in front of a camera. I kept giving myself a label as being shy, and I just kept identifying as being shy. I never started my YouTube channel. There's no video of me sharing my Accutane journey. I wish I would have documented my Accutane journey and been able to share with people, because I had severe cystic acne. I actually have a scar here. I don't know if you're able to see, but if you see in person, which is fine, it doesn't affect me. I just kept giving myself a title, and I just kept saying like, oh, Nayli, you're too shy. You can't do this because it's so out of character for you. You're more of a mysterious person. You're very low key. You don't want to put yourself out there. And just kept identifying with these certain things. I'm like, no, yeah, I shouldn't do that. I am too shy. I care too much about what people think about me. I just kept giving myself all these titles, and I kept identifying as them. So then fast forward to now, obviously I started my YouTube channel. I ended up letting go of that. I'm going to start a YouTube channel because I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Really doing some inner work and trying to find out, who do I want to be? Who do I want to identify as? And ditching those labels that you give yourself, those labels that society placed on you, your old friends once placed on you, some of the people that you once knew. Stop giving yourself those identities. If you do not want them, you do not need to have them. Everybody that knows me knows that I'm overly nice. I now realize is I don't want to be overly nice. There is nice and there is overly nice, to the point where you care way too much about what people think. That also stops you from being yourself, or being more outspoken and sharing your opinion and just being a little bit more bold. I've always been so scared to share my opinion, be more outspoken, be a little bit more bold, have boundaries, all of these things, because I'm way too overly nice. I identified as way too overly nice, and I don't have to keep identifying as overly nice. I'm so tired of that identity being placed on me and then me really embracing it. So it's just really ditching those labels. Other people have labeled you. If somebody tells you, oh, but you've always been so shy, you're too quiet, subconsciously you start taking in that identity, which then affects your whole life. If I want to do something completely different, I want to be able to do it and not let these labels stop me. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I remember thinking, oh, Nayli, maybe you shouldn't be a lawyer. You let yourself down all the time, so why should other people trust you? I kept giving myself all these labels, and I agreed. I was like, oh yeah, you know what? Maybe I should be a lawyer. Maybe this is not the career path for me. Even though that's what I want to do, that's who I want to be. But I was giving myself all these labels, which were getting in the way of me following my dreams. Until recently, I have ditched that. I no longer want to identify with these labels. I'm learning to trust myself so I can depend on myself, and other people can depend on me. I can do something if I want to do it. If you do that, you need to cut the crap. Stop that. If you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm just not somebody that's very outspoken, I'm just somebody that's very shy, stop that. You need to stop. You can do anything if you want to. I promise that you can do anything. You need to ditch those labels. Give yourself a different label. Give yourself something that's going to work for you, not against you. There's this saying by Henry Ford. Who is she? Bringing up history like that. Huh? Okay, no, but there's a saying, seriously, by Henry Ford. It says, whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you're right. And that is so true. That's something to think about. Stop giving yourself labels that are working against you and give yourself new labels that are going to work for you. Another thing that has slowly helped me learn how to trust myself is setting goals, long-term goals, short-term goals. Having a goal gives me a reason to hold myself accountable, and accomplishing helps me prove to myself that I can actually achieve something. You're slowly earning that trust within yourself. Long-term goals are definitely going to take a little bit more time and effort to achieve, and short-term goals, you can set those goals where you're able to accomplish those every single day, and you're able to prove yourself every single day that you're able to accomplish something, which can also align with your long-term goals. If your goal is to lose a certain amount of weight by a certain time, that's going to be a long-term goal. In it, you're going to have short-term goals. So you're going to have short-term goals, which is to work out like 5 days a week. If you're going to work out 5 days a week, you have to have a plan for that. So you have to make things so much easier for yourself. So your plan can be, well, I'm going to set out my clothes every single night. That way in the morning, it's very easy for me to just grab my clothes and go to the gym. It's already there. You don't have to think about it too much. That's setting you up for success. You want to drink more water. You're gonna set up your hydro flask or your Stanley cup, because apparently that's like a big thing now. Stanley cups. I saw the videos on the internet, like before fighting over those things. Anyways, you're gonna set up your little Stanley cup with water. The first thing you wake up in the morning and you look over to your bedside table, you see your Stanley cup. You're gonna pick it up. You're gonna drink water. You're already starting the day by drinking water. That's already accomplishing one of your short-term goals. You're drinking more water during the week. Once you start accomplishing those short-term goals, you're able to prove to your brain that you can accomplish things, even if it's just like small things. Just definitely going to give you more confidence in order to accomplish your long-term goals. My goal this year is to completely change my mindset and to get to this place where I'm mentally stronger. One of my short-term goals has been to journal. Journaling is definitely going to help me become more self-aware, where I'm able to really share my thoughts, express how I'm feeling, be more outspoken, and be more comfortable with sharing how I feel, which is definitely going to help me reach my goal of becoming much more mentally stronger. Accomplishing these short-term goals is definitely going to help your brain learn to trust you. You're slowly going to gain confidence within yourself that you can accomplish anything you want. You can definitely accomplish your long-term goals. They're not going to be out of reach. And every single time you accomplish these small goals, learn to celebrate yourself, because at the end of the day, like, nobody cares about your life as much as you do. Nobody will do anything for you but you. So really just celebrate yourself, and you can do small things. Pamper yourself with a bubble bath, or buy yourself your favorite treat, buy yourself your favorite fun drink. Celebrate by giving yourself time to go on a nice walk and do more of what you love to do. And looking back at things that you have accomplished that you might not think are accomplishments, like their accomplishments, even if they're the smallest things, just really learn to see those minor things as big things and just being able to celebrate them, even if that's just getting out of bed. Like, sometimes that's difficult. See it as an accomplishment. Just see everything that you do in life as an accomplishment. For example, oh, yay, I was able to drive to the store today because 18-year-old me at some point thought she couldn't drive. And now I just casually drive to the store, where I just see it as something that I take for granted sometimes. No, that's an accomplishment. I'm able to drive now. And becoming so self-aware with yourself. I hope you're able to take something from this video. Sometimes I do talk a lot and I tend to ramble a lot, but I'm going to get better at this. And I'm just so excited to see where I'm going to be a year from now with YouTube. I love YouTube because it's my creative outlet. I love the fact that I'm able to reach people, whether that's me sharing my favorite perfumes or me sharing my morning routine. So if you're watching this, thank you for watching this. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. I hope you were able to take something from this video, even if it's like one thing, or maybe you saw my room and you want to paint your room yellow. Maybe that was some type of inspiration. I don't know. I'm kidding. Or maybe this inspired you to like go get your morning coffee or whatever it was. If you were able to take something from this video, I'm glad you were. Just know that change always happens within yourself. If you want to be someone new, if you want to accomplish anything, it all begins with you. You just have to change your mindset. You have the power to rewrite your own life. You have the power to accomplish anything that you want. You just have to learn to trust yourself. When you master the art of trusting yourself, you are going to become unstoppable. I can't wait to see that happen for you. I'm rooting for you. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. That would help me so much. Also, please share any topics, ideas, or anything that you want me to talk about. I do have a few topic ideas that I'm thinking of, which are going to be like how to make friends in your 20s, how to let go of toxic friendships, how to start long distance friendships, fear of being seen, how to become more of a bubblier person, how I cope with anxiety, talk about depression, things that have helped me in life, things that I've overcome. I don't know, just various different topics where I just want to be able to be vulnerable and share my experience, share my life, share my advice. There's so many different things that I want to talk about. I hope we both are able to do at the same time, or we're learning to become the best version of ourselves. So thank you so much for sitting down and watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Sending you positive vibes. I love you. I'm proud of you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout. Bye.